Are you tired of our faces yet? Hope not, because we are back again for another rapid fire edition of the Mizzle and Dub Show. He is Mizzle, I am Dub. It is 12:40 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on a Friday, May 19th.
Cheers.
Now, before we, yes, salud mi hermano. Now, before we talk about Game 2 in the Mile High City, we gotta go back. Gotta go back to Game 1 on the parquet floor in Boston,
Man.
Massachusetts. As once again, as I have been saying this all playoffs long, but I'm just going to say it again because I just think it just continues to be the gift that keeps on giving. But once again, I've been saying this all playoffs long. I know it's a dead horse, beating the dead horse with a stick.
Facts are facts. When you're speaking
Yes,
to
they
facts,
are.
if you're tired of hearing facts, then you should not be listening to our show or watching it, because that's all we're going to do is talk the facts. Or we're going to speak the facts. Well, some of the facts might be fabricated if it's depending on the certain team we're talking about. But with this going on right now, we're going to speak the truth.
But once again, the Miami Heat are not your normal number 8 seed. And they keep proving that again and again as they steal game 1 on the parquet floor with a 123-116 win.
And are you shocked
a one?
I'm not.
No, I'm not shocked. But it just goes out again. I keep talking about Heat culture. I keep talking about Eric Spoelstra. But again, as Jimmy Butler goes, so goes this Heat team. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Before we continue that with this one, do you remember? I don't know what month or what game it was, but do you remember when Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra got at each other and they had to be separated on the floor?
That was in the bubble.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So, with that being said, look how that brought more unity and more. I mean,
oh yeah,
you can hear Jimmy Butler. He says after that last interview in game after the game, you heard what he said. You know, we know we can do we can win no matter what you guys say. This team is built. We love each other. It's a unit. We fight for each other. It ain't no about who this had the third. Basically what Jimmy was saying in that interview, there's no fucking egos in this locker room.
And
we're
again,
gonna do our fucking job, and we're gonna do what we need to do to win, whatever it takes.
And again, that starts at the top with Mickey Arson. And of course, that starts with the coolest hair in the NBA, Mr. Pat
Still
Riley.
Hair in the game.
But again, it starts with those two. Yes. And Eric Spoelstra preaches that. And again, I harp back to what Stephen A. said a few days ago on First Take when he was asked which of the head coaches that remain, which of the ones do you trust? And like I said, he, without hesitating, he said Spoelstra.
Well, it's the most consistency.
And again,
he's the most consistent.
Correct.
In the, I would say, in the Eastern Conference right now.
Certainly.
I believe he might be the longest tenured coach in the Eastern Conference right now.
That is a fact. That is a cold-hearted, stone-cold fact.
So so this is why we're not surprised about what the Miami Heat are doing when you have consistency and you don't fire your coach because he lost.
Oh no,
in the playoffs.
Well, again, when LeBron James was in Miami, he tried to do everything to get a new coach, and Pat Riley said, "No, he is the coach. Either get on board or get out." And you see, LeBron's tenure in Miami was only 3 seasons.
After.
Yeah. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. But no, he was only there for 3 seasons. Yes, those 3 seasons, they went to the finals. Yes, 2 of those 3 or 4 seasons, I'm sorry, 4 seasons. They went to 4 straight finals. They went 2-2. Oddly enough, go figure, when they lost both their finals to Texas teams. One because he failed to show up in the fourth quarter, and the other was just because the San Antonio Fundamentals just had some absolute beautiful execution of team basketball and team shooting.
He wasn't.
Danny Green could not miss nothing.
He wasn't beating Dirk.
No, but also the great adjustment by Rick Carlisle in that series was flipping and having JJ Barea start.
Call him by his damn real name, damn it.
Who?
You call Rick Carlisle by his real damn name. Don't you disrespect Jim Carrey.
But Jim Carrey still has all of his hair. But anyhow, one of the great adjustments he did was he installed JJ Barrera in the starting lineup, and not Deshaun Stevenson, and that turned the whole series around.
100% facts
for that. But again, it's just back to game one on the parquet floor. Is just, I mean, I'm almost running out of superlatives to say about just how special and spectacular.
Nope, we can repeat every nice thing about Jimmy. Like you said, he can start on my basketball. Well, he did start on my basketball team at one time. But if I'm starting an organization, not Butler is one of the players that I want just for the passion that he brings to the game. And he's going to leave it on the court every time he's out there. So that's the kind of player that I want, not the ones that just want to show up and be like, no.
Well, I definitely would have him and Wardell take 2 of my 5 slots in starting lineup right now for sure.
Yes.
In addition to that, he had 35 big points in game one, and just seemingly was not going to be denied as
Jason Tatum. Where was traveling? I guess turning the ball over. I wish he could have pulled that fucking shit when he played the Sixers.
Well, he struggled shooting because he only shot 9 of 17. I mean, yes, he had 30 points, but it was a very high volume of shots to get those 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
But Jimmy's was more in the flow because he shot the ball 12 of 25, was 9
and he was shooting the 3. And when Jimmy's on point shooting the 3, it's a long night.
If Jimmy Butler is hitting 3-pointers, which is not his game at all,
it's a long night.
That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a huge problem.
There's a good 75% chance the Heat are going to win if he's hitting 3-pointers.
Well, the Heat had, in addition, Jimmy Butler got contributions because the Heat had 6 in double figures.
Oh, he had help.
He had some definite help. Jimmy had 35, 5 and 7, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. But again, as I keep saying, yes, Jimmy is the straw that stirs the drink. But if Bam's going, that's a problem. Bam had 20 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Vincent, Strus, Martin, Lowry, they all contributed 15 points. To which, again, Strus shot the ball well from 3. Vincent shot the ball well from 3. Bam was 9 of 13 shooting. Martin was 6 of 11 shooting. Kyle Lowry was 6 of 12 shooting. So
you're not beating that.
Yeah. There was a lot of efficiency shooting. They shot 54% from the floor, 51% from 3-point range. To Boston shooting 51% on the and the Heat are not the Miami Heat are not a 3-point shooting team by no stretch of they're not. That's not their game. That's not who they are. As we say, the Heat play that old school Eastern Conference tough defensive style basketball, and you're lucky if you score in the low to mid 90s against this team. Now, with that said, Boston also had 6 double figures. Tatum
really?
Tatum had 30. Brown had 22. Smart 13. Williams 14. And Brogdon had 19 off the bench, along with White had 11 off the bench.
So that means that the Miami Heat just played a little bit more better defense because it sounds like the numbers are there. It's just that I guess the rebounding. It must have the Heat must have had more offensive rebounds. And
not just that. Boston struggled beyond the arc because they only shot. Where's that? They only shot 34% from 3-point. They were 10 of 29 from 3-point range.
What was the second chance points for both squads?
Let's see if that stat comes up.
Because this game just sounds too close. Not some number has to be a little bit dramatic for how the Heat won the game.
Well, the rebounds were even, but the Heat had 3 more defensive rebounds. Boston dominated the paint. Boston had more fast break points, But I just think what it was. I just think what it was is just I think Miami just shot the ball better, and it
Okay.
just seems like they were getting the lucky bounce to the basket as opposed to it's not for Boston.
Well, yeah,
Um,
Jimmy had a nice little lucky three that went with a rattled in, went up and went down.
oh, it's
But you know what though?
it,
That must be that rim because Embiid had the same exact 3-point shot just like that. It went up and went back down.
Not
So
to answer your not to answer your question, Boston actually led in second chance points because they had 18 to Miami's 12.
really now.
Yes, but I think the key thing here is Boston had 15 turnovers to Miami's 12.
There it is. There it is. I like I said, I knew it was something. So what was Miami's points off turnovers? Excuse me, points off turnovers.
They had 22. Boston had 26.
So Boston, so basically Boston led in a whole lot of categories. It just seems that, like you said, it must have been it was the Heat shooting.
It was the Heat shooting. It was the turnovers and the fact that Miami shot the ball better from three because if you look at the free throw disparity, it was 22 to 19. Boston was 22 of 29 from the line, but Miami was 15 of 19 from the line. So 79% to 76%. But at the same time, turnovers, but the Heat had the edge in rebounding. They had one more rebound than Boston did.
Mm, okay. Okay. Because normally with those numbers, Boston is supposed to win. Well, any team with those numbers that Boston put together is supposed to win. But like you said, the turnovers and I guess more efficiency from the 3-point shooting from Miami that kind of got them over the hump. Because it sounds like
Well,
Boston should have won this game.
yeah, but Jimmy Butler said, "Hold my tequila."
I'll hold it for him. I'll hold it for Jimmy straight up and Jimmy Michelob Ultra. So you,
yes, he does. So he is the night definitely
or
belongs
he's a
to Michelob.
sponsor, or he's a sponsor for Michelob. I don't know if he drinks it.
Well, he was in the latest commercial for Michelob Ultra. If you haven't seen it yet, he's in the
Well,
latest commercial.
no, he's been doing commercials for the Michelob when he did from the jet plane commercials to the thing he's going on with another WNBA player. So I've seen pretty
Yeah,
much
that was okay.
his commercials for it. But just because they do a commercial for somebody doesn't mean they necessarily drink it.
But I mean, if Michelob was paying him for it, why not?
Yeah, I ain't mad at him.
So So going into game two, which is tonight, which you can, of course, the Eastern Conference Finals are exclusively on TNT, and the Western Conference Finals are exclusively on ABC/ESPN. So game two tonight, we know the Celtics will adjust. Um, if you're Spolstra, what do you tell your team? Because you know Boston's going to try to play desperation basketball to try to even the series before they head back to South Beach. What's the strategy?
Hell, continue to play the way we were playing, but let's lock up the defense a little bit more. Let's sew that up a little bit. Let's just rebound, but let's play Miami Heat basketball. And that's it. I'm not gonna say we're just gonna ride the back of Jimmy Butler, but we're gonna go as much as Jimmy Butler pushes his team because we already know, man. We like you said, he's the one that is the sugar to the Kool-Aid, the straw that stirs the drink, whatever, you know what I'm saying, the syrup to the pancakes, you know. Jimmy is just that. And so I'll just say this. If Jimmy is on, it's pretty tough no matter who you're playing. You could be playing the damn Lakers and with the number one defense. And you know what I'm saying? And if Jimmy's on,
It's tough to stop.
It's tough to stop.
So
So just defense. Just make sure that we're not, like you said, you know Tatum's going to try to bring his A game. You know Jaylen Brown's going to try to be the A game. Make Marcus Smart more of the offensive player instead of being the Robin to
the defensive pest that he is.
yes. Because you know, I will say this: Brown and Tatum are Batman. There's no Batman and Robin with them two. So they're just both Batmans because they can just both take over and just start throwing stuff all over the place. So for Boston, their coach got to coach better because I don't know. It must be the players because if he's coaching somebody else the way he's coaching, they don't get as far as they get. I mean, I know he's a rookie and all this, that, the third, but you can't take timeouts home with you. They don't fall over to the next game.
No. And Joe Mazzulla has done a fantastic job
Fantastic.
given the circumstances of how he got the job.
Yeah. But here's the thing though. I agree to disagree with his strategy.
Okay.
Reason why he doesn't call the timeouts because he wants his team to figure it out. Cool. Steve Kerr does that. But Steve Kerr calls the timeout when it's necessary. Hell, Phil, how many times you see Phil Jackson call a timeout?
The minute he thought a team was getting ready to go on a run, he would instantly call a timeout.
Yes, but he wouldn't I just say this, he called the timeout in the right situation.
Yes.
Perfect.
That's one thing I will give the cherry picker credit for. That's about the only thing I'll give him credit for was knowing when to use the timeouts.
Yeah. And the last thing I say that Boston needs to do is you're just good. Oh, the behind the back pass in lacrosse. Oh, stop it. They're just gonna have to contain Jimmy Butler. They're gonna have to make everybody else be Jimmy. Because like if Jimmy's going, everybody else is gonna get going. I think it will be a competitive game. I just still think Miami wins in the end.
Oh, so you're saying Miami is going back to South Beach up 2-0.
I think because the Heat can fuck with your psyche. They can really get in your in there just by their so quick.
Well, they've been doing that all along in this run because I mean there were times. I mean I go back to the series against the Bucks. The Bucks look confused. I mean I go back to the one game. I want to say it's the game that they closed it out against Milwaukee, but again,
come on now,
the Bucks couldn't even get off a final shot.
Come on now,
because of their tenacious defense. It's just again, Miami stays true to who they are. They stay true to their principles. They don't change. They stick to the script, which is why I keep comparing them and the San Antonio Fundamentals. It's like, look, this is what we do. This is how we structure it. And you're going to do two things. You're going to get on board or you're getting the hell out. That's all
they got, and the players they got right now, they're all buying in. And this is the fruits of the labor that you see when everybody, hell, Udonis Haslem is still on the damn team and he don't do shit on the court.
No, on the court.
He's a coach. He's more of the player coach. I know why he's there.
He's like Iggy.
oh yeah, I know why he's there. He ain't hurt, nothing like that. He there to coach. You know what I'm saying?
Because when he decides to hang up the number 40, and yes, number 40 will be retired in Miami, no question about that, because he has been a fantastic member of the franchise for a lot of years.
Fantastic. But Haslam has been good everywhere he's been.
Yeah, but there is a spot on Spoelstra's coaching staff awaiting Udonis Haslem, just like there is for Iggy in San Francisco.
And he damn well better take it.
Yeah. Now, moving on to last night, but I just wanted to just set the mood right now as we go take a trip to the altitude. As my good friend John Denver brings us in. Mizzle loses his doggone mind.
That is so disrespectful to Laker fans, and I love it.
Yes, folks. This is indeed John Denver. Speak for itself. for it, America. Wait for it. Wait for it. I've seen it fading fire in the sky. And it's softer than a lullaby. The Rockies, folks. As we go to Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, and the Denver Nuggets are halfway to their first ever appearance in the NBA Finals as they come back, as they were down as many as 11. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, okay, so the biggest lead was 11. Okay, so they were down. The biggest lead Lakers had in the whole entire game was 11 points. And it just seemed like the Lakers were going to have their way. But then came the fourth quarter.
What Lee Corso say? Not so fast, my friend.
So fast, my friend.
So fast, my friend. Hold on.
A
beast was awoken, however you want to say it.
There was a guy that is 6'4".
Who we been talking about?
That went to the University of Kentucky.
Hey, you know them Kentucky basketball players been balling in these playoffs. I'll tell you that.
He was struggling mightily, having 14 points through 3 quarters. But then came the fourth. And he goes by the jersey number of number 27. Just decides to erupt for 23 big points in the fourth quarter. And Denver rode that to a 103 or 108, 103 victory over the Lakers. As now the Lakers will try to serve on their home court as the now Nuggets go to 9-0 in games at home at the Ball Arena so far during this playoff run. And again, as Mizzle always says, he walks through the door and just gets a triple-double.
The man got it in his pocket.
Nikola Jokic with his 7th triple-double. I'm going to say it again. Pro siete, 7.
Speak to him in Spanglish.
His 7th triple-double of these playoffs. And I mean, he really was not trying to be the shooter.
Oh, he was trying to facilitate it the whole game.
Not trying to score. He was trying to facilitate
and rebound. That's all he was trying to do, was set his teammates up, because he knew that he was the target.
Yeah,
excuse me,
but
he was the target tonight, last night. So
yeah, another triple double, 23 points, 17 rebounds,
easy,
12 assists. But it was Murray's 37 with that big 23 points in the fourth quarter that will the Rockies still win. But also, Bruce Brown has been fantastic off the bench because he was just known as a defensive specialist, but the shot has gotten better, and thus had 12 big points tonight. Gordon had 10, Porter had 16. Caldwell Pope only had 8 points, but had a couple of big shots that he hit to help lead the comeback.
He made the points when it was necessary and needed.
He made the when it was necessary, but on the Lakers side of the ball, Anthony Davis, where were you tonight? 4 of 15 shooting in the game. Yes, it'll say it had 18 points and 14 rebounds, but again, in 41 minutes, he shot the ball 4 of 15. 4 of 15.
They about to be tired in LA.
Not going to win many games when you're shooting the ball 4 of 15. LeBron almost had a triple-double, but LeBron shot 9 of 19. He didn't have a very good shooting night.
And why was he jacking up threes when all I kept hearing in my ear is LeBron shoots a 3. Why is LeBron still shooting threes?
Well, he was a very wonderful 0 for 6 from beyond the arc tonight.
And he kept shooting.
D'Angelo Russell, 3 of 8 shooting, only had 10
Oh,
points. Austin Reeves had another solid. I'll tell you what,
and that kid's gonna be something.
Austin Reeves and
That
Hachimura,
kid,
him and Hachimura
yeah,
have
yes,
been
you beat me to it.
him and Hachimura have,
You better keep him. That could be future.
the efforts of those two alone. Realistically, the Lakers should have won this game tonight because in the first half, the Lakers were having
Hachimura could miss.
the
I think
Lakers
he was
were
perfect. He was perfect
yeah.
until the fourth quarter.
Well, Hachimura finished the game shooting 8 for 10,
Yeah,
so he shot 80% from the field
off the bench though.
off the bench and had 21
Right.
points.
Wait,
So
wait. Was that was giving Lakers credit? Hold on. We're good now. We're good. We're good.
oh, here's my question. Here's my question to you.
Let's go.
Possibly insert Hachimura into the starting lineup in Game 3.
Oh, see, that's a tough one. I don't know. That's the kind of thing that you might want to come off the bench to give your team that spark. If you put
True.
it, you insert it too early. And who are you putting on the bench for him to start though?
I'm benching Vanderbilt because Vanderbilt has not given me anything in the series, and Vanderbilt has not done much lately in this postseason.
Are you are you ready to put Rui out there on the possibilities of getting the fouls though? I see where you're going. I see where you're going because he's scoring and he's pretty much the only him and Reeves are pretty much the consistent scorers right now for the Lakers. So I see what you're trying to say. Insert that, get the points going, get the rhythm.
Not just that. Him and Reeves have been the only consistent shooters so far because they've both shot the ball well. Yeah. I mean, right now, if I'm Darvin Ham, if Austin Reeves has a good look at it behind the arc, he's the only 3-point shooter I trust right now. It's just him. And he proved that tonight because he was 5 of 9. He was 5 of 9 beyond the arc.
I agree. I agree with that. So you definitely keep him in the starting line.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, bro. I don't know if I want to bring Rui up, insert that too soon. Now I would say I wouldn't wait to bring him off the bench though.
Fair enough. Fair point.
I wouldn't.
Fair point.
Listen, because here's the thing. I believe the Lakers get Game 3, just for the simple fact of the matter that
they're back home.
They're coming home, and that crowd's going to be ridiculous.
Yes.
And like I said in our previous show, it's over after that. Enjoy that one win because it's over in 5.
You have visual evidence of him saying that.
It's over. It's. And I believe I called that before. I called this before, even when they played Game 1. So just so enjoy Game 3. Hell, I hope I'm wrong, and Denver just come in there and just dog walk y'all in Game 3, and then y'all get Game 4, and then just come back to Denver, and then just puppy dog face.
But let me ask this. Because again, Denver only has to get 1 in Los Angeles.
And they're going to get it. They will get it. I know that the Lakers are good at home too. I think they're still undefeated, right?
They are still undefeated in their
okay. So was the Denver Nuggets, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to fall. That's definitely going to fall.
Well, as they say, the series does not start till the home team loses.
Well,
like I said, the only thing Denver has done
is to was over when they left Denver. The Lakers needed to win in Denver more than Denver needs to win in LA.
Correct.
Because I believe didn't Denver win in Phoenix? They got one.
Correct.
So they already know how to run on the road. So
actually, truth be told, the Nuggets closed out the Suns in Phoenix. Thank you very much.
So they're definitely getting one in LA. I'm sorry. It was nice. Everybody that thought they were just gonna, you just thought it was gonna be just breezy playing these Nuggets. No, this ain't the bubble Nuggets. No. Jokic just playing on a different mind frame right now in these playoffs. I mean, he's walking into your arena with a triple double in his pocket, and facts are facts. So, who do you got, my brother? How do you see? How do you see Game 3 going?
Well, I agree with the sentiment of the Lakers winning game three, as they should win game three because the bench players will play better. I think D'Angelo Russell will play better in game three, being in the midst of
He
the home
won't shoot.
crowd.
He won't shoot like he did in this game. That's for sure.
No, I don't think AD will shoot 4-15 again. But if he does, that's going to be a problem for the Lakers because, again, when AD has been on in this postseason, you've seen the results.
Even when he had
He was he was he was fantastic in game one, but the Joker was the Joker, and the Nuggets were just shooting lights out in game one. But for the most part, when AD has been on, for the most part, the Lakers have won the game. Now, we normally save this for football, but oh, LeBron James,
he gets the Scott Mitchell Award,
you get the Scott Mitchell Award there, buddy.
the first NBA player to get the damn Scott Mitchell Award from the NFL.
And it's LeBron
Uh,
James.
what were you thinking? I think you were trying to windmill, but you had a one-handed dunk thought in your mind, and then you wanted the windmill, and it was like, oh shit.
Just lay it off the glass and get the
Just do a simple ass dunk. Why are you trying to show out? This is the time to where every point matters.
Yes.
Every point. No turnovers. You had a chance to put Denver away and you couldn't, and they came back from your biggest was 11, and you let that. So I don't think the stage is too big. I think they can weather the storm that's going to possibly happen. Well, that's going to happen in LA because the LA is just going to come out on fire. That crowd is going to be there, and it's going to be just. But I believe Denver can weather that because, like you say, Denver is almost like Miami in a way. They stick to it as well, and whatever's working. So,
well, I mean, they're Denver's screen roll game. Their back screen roll game is just it is. I want to say it was. I want to say it was Jalen Rose that made that said this. I could be wrong. No, it was Robert Ory because I was watching the I was actually watching the Lakers post game show on LA Sportsnet. Their affiliates with James Worthy and Robert Ory, and Robert Ory said this. Denver had. I mean, like every team has a set play,
of course,
or has a go to play.
Yes,
and for the Nuggets, it's the back screen. It's the back screen and roll, and they run that to a T. Especially when you have a guy like Jokic that can pass the ball the way he passes it. And like Robert already says, every team has a go-to move. And the Nuggets kept doing that. And thus eventually, which led to Jamal Murray getting hot and Jamal Murray carrying them to the victory. It was like saying, you can't let KCP get off.
No.
You can't let Michael Porter Jr. get off. You know what? Make somebody like Aaron Gordon beat you, which Aaron Gordon is capable of because he can every now and then he can still show that he can still carry by being a majority scorer, but that's not his role per se. No. His role is to play defense, get rebounds, and kind of like the way Sean Marion was on the Mavericks team that won in 2011. He's got that role per se.
Good way to drop some knowledge on him right there, brother.
So
I like that. Yeah.
So Denver keeps running their go-to play, and the Lakers are not adjusting to make Denver break away from that. Right. And if Denver continues to do that, they will have a chance to possibly steal Game 3 in LA. Now, again, I agree with you. I think the Lakers should win in Game 3. I mean, truth be told, I picked them to win Game 2 tonight. I'm glad I was wrong.
You did. See how
but
that
I
went? We both
but
went. I picked the Lakers to win game one, and you picked Denver, and I picked
yes,
Denver tonight, and you were like, nah. I mean, last
I
night.
I really thought because I mean just the adjustments that Ham made to put Hachimura on
Yes,
Jokic to where
yes.
Jokic to which Jokic was not a factor at all in the fourth quarter.
But Mike Malone made better
Well,
adjustments and found a way to get
yes,
Jamal Murray hot. So
he got Denver to commit defensively in the fourth quarter
yes,
in game two. And then
yes,
that led to Jamal Murray going off for 23 in the fourth quarter to give him
yes.
37 in the game because, like I said, Jamal Murray couldn't hit the side of a barn, and he
No.
struggled to get those 14 points that he had through three quarters.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
because Bruce Brown off the bench was huge, and then KCP hit some big shots, and then Michael Porter Jr. hit some timely shots, Denver got within three towards the fourth quarter because again, like how the old cliche goes back in the day when he was at his prowess, it was make LeBron the scorer, not
Yep.
LeBron the facilitator. Because normally, if LeBron became the scorer, normally LeBron's team would lose because he had to score.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In this case, Jokic didn't want to score, but then he had to in the third quarter to get his team back in the game. And then once that happened, they wrote 27. 27 got hot, and 27 took him to the finish line, which again, you and I are not surprised by this because we've seen Jamal Murray do this
Oh.
a ton. Like I said, you go back to the bubble in 2020 when again, here's what people don't understand about that particular setting. Yes, these two met in 2020 in the conference finals. Yes, the Lakers won in five. Truthfully speaking, I thought the Nuggets were tied because people forget the Nuggets in their first two series against Utah and the Clippers, they were both down 3 games to 1 in both of those series, and the Nuggets came back. And
Yes.
I think the Nuggets' energy spinning themselves to win those two series, they just did not have anything left the
Agreed.
Lakers against the Lakers conference finals. But
Yeah.
what you didn't see was just how Jamal Murray was getting off. And like I said, Jamal Murray is coming off a torn ACL. So he's got extra motivation to be like, you know what, I'm still that same guy before the leg injury. And again, he showed it tonight by scoring 23 in the fourth quarter, which is the second time in his career he has gone off for 20 in a playoff game in the fourth quarter.
Mhm.
If he does that again,
Yeah.
because because he's not afraid and scared of the LA crowd,
Mm.
doesn't matter if
The
Jack is sitting right there because Jack will be there for sure.
the moment ain't too big for that young man.
He's not scared of the lights.
No.
But again, if the Lakers can't stop Denver's go-to offensive play, the back screen and roll, it's going to be a problem. And again, Darvin Ham made fantastic adjustments. Like I said, the Lakers did a lot of things right to where they could have won this game in game two.
Yes. They played a lot better in game two than they played in game one, for sure.
Yes.
It was a lot better all around basketball, but Mike Malone made some adjustments as well, in-game adjustment. This is a perfect like a chess. This is like chess right now. And right now, his king and queen, Mike Malone's king and queen is winning and taking things out.
But Denver has to do a better job of taking care of the ball because they did have 17 turnovers tonight.
They have it.
Can't do that, to which the Lakers turned that into 14 points off those turnovers.
Mm.
However, as I said about game one, if Denver continues to control the offensive glass, it might be a shorter series. And again tonight, Denver out rebounded the Lakers 49-40. It wasn't the huge disparity as it was in game one, but as Denver had 15 rebounds, had 15 offensive rebounds.
That's huge. That's a big difference.
In game one, Denver had 11 offensive rebounds tonight to the Lakers 4. So that's 26 offensive rebounds through 2 games by the Nuggets. The Lakers can't live like that.
No.
If they want to try to get back in the series and make this competitive, because if Denver controls the offensive glass again in game 3, you could be looking at a 4-game sweep of the Lakers in the finals. I'm not predicting that. I'm not saying that, but again,
foreshadowing what could happen if it continues to play this out.
If Denver keeps getting offensive rebounds in double digits and it's a huge margin to the Lakers' margin of offensive rebounds, that's going to be a problem because, again, like I said, and a lot of the offensive rebounds is just Joker just simply tapping it to his teammate.
Yes.
Him himself, he's not necessarily himself going for the rebound, but he's tapping it out there because his wingspan and his reach is so doggone big.
And you're boxing him out though. But see, and you're boxing him out, but he knows how to use that.
Yeah, he knows he knows how to use his wingspan, but by not going over the back and not getting called.
But what did Luka Doncic say in an interview? He said it's easy to play basketball over here in America.
Yes,
it's harder where I come from to play basketball.
Yes.
That's the same thing for the Joker.
Here's the thing. Overseas, they're still hand checking and playing physical on defense. So it's not surprising that the Joker and Luca are literally walking triple doubles every single game that they play.
Because this is easy to them. This is it's soft. It's yes. Like Kobe said, soft.
It's the Kobe meme, SOFT, or as memes like to say, SWFAT, soft. Shout out to Enzo Amore.
Indeed. But yeah, it's so I agree with everything you just said in that statement. If that continues to happen, yeah. But I already said in the beginning, the Lakers better come home and get some rest.
Yes.
Because their two main players is going to be worn out. And I don't think anything beyond those two, if they're not doing anything, I don't think D'Angelo Russell can carry it. No.
Not for a whole game. He can in spurts, not a whole game. Yeah. He was outstanding in game 6 against Memphis in the closeout game and help carry them to elimination. No question about that. But well, here's the thing. Now, this is them coming back home. I think this is where possibly a Lonnie Walker the fourth or a Dennis Schroeder, possibly they get off in since they're back in the friendly confines of Crypto.com Arena, aka the house that both the Lakers and Clippers are paying rent to the LA Kings. For those of you that don't know, Crypto.com is owned by the Los Angeles Kings, not the Lakers. The Lakers and the Clippers are paying the Kings rent to use their building. Know your history and know your facts. Yes, the Lakers may have banners up there. Yes, the Lakers may have statues, but the Lakers do not own that building. The Los Angeles Kings do. So the Kings are doing your team a solid by just having them be a tenant in that arena, just like the Clippers are. Okay, I'm done.
I don't think they were ready for that.
No, well, sometimes you just have to remind people that that's like, no, that's not the house that Kobe and Shaq built. Nope. Yes, they brought some banners in there, but the Los Angeles Kings built that building, and AEG Live built that building. So thus, AEG Live and the Kings are taking the Clippers and Lakers money. So I would just say to Lakers, move back to the Forum. Mm-hmm. That's just that's just my personal, because like I said, the Forum is one of my all-time favorite basketball arenas. Just the vibe in there for basketball is just outstanding. That's just my 2 cents. I miss the Forum as a basketball arena. That's just my 2 cents. But I think it's the type of game to where Schroeder and Lonnie Walker the fourth can possibly get off, because I still think Hachimura and Reeves are just going to continue to play well, because Hachimura that might be one of the best undersung trades of this trade deadline is Hachimura going to the Lakers.
Yeah, no disagreement.
You got to give you have to give Pelinka credit, and like I said, this particular Lakers team, if they can keep it together, and that's a big, because Austin Reeves is going to demand a big payday during this offseason, and especially with him being an undrafted rookie, I believe.
And playing well. Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
No, I believe you're right.
Yeah, it's his first season. The former Oklahoma Boomer Sooner, but he's going to command a big payday because, like I said, he has earned a stripe, so he's going to, as they say, get the bag. So
Get paid.
that's going to be a huge dividends if the Lakers can't keep him. Which you might have to overpay to keep him, but the way he's been playing, I definitely would overpay him to keep him. That's there. So even though I think they'll make adjustments, as we're going back to the Eastern Conference Finals because that is the today's game. It would not shock me if Miami steals game two too.
Yeah, I already said that.
It just would not shock me.
No, I'm already
So
picking Miami.
so that game is 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on TNT, and of course the Lakers and the Nuggets will go back at it in prime
That's the
time.
only I can only watch the Eastern Conference at work. ESPN doesn't pop up on the TVs in the hospital, and some of the patients be upset because they can't watch sports. And I'm like, I'm with you. But I can
Well,
tell you this. But I can tell you the score.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, but I mean, it's just Nuggets continue to hold serve at home. The Miami Heat are just trying to mess up everybody's program
Messing
as
up
they
my
have.
program.
Well, I mean,
I'm
not
messing up
you.
mine. And once that team got put out because they couldn't float, whatever. Miami was my go-to team. I'm a Jimmy Butler fan, and I would love to see Jimmy Butler get a ring.
Yeah, he is
That would be
he is definitely deserving of one. I mean, we have both have said it so many times on this program. He is definitely a guy that could play on my team any day of the week, twice on Saturday.
yeah.
But it's just amazing of just how he has just willed this team, and this team has just got on its back. And not to mention, you still might get Tyler Hero back and soon, and he's only going to help the cause. But I love what Martin, Struess, and Gabriel have done to complement Bam and Jimmy in this series.
Yep.
And I mean, anything that Kevin Love gives you is a bonus.
Big
So
bonus.
it's just I'm just a fan of what Miami does. I'm just a fan of their culture, just how they do it. Again, I might have to put the Miami Heat up there with the San Antonio Fundamentals and the Steelers as one of the best ran sports organizations in North America.
Um, no lies detected. Wouldn't disagree with that.
All right. So, any parting shots you got before we call it a night, my friend?
Nope. 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 Just take it easy, Laker fans. It's not over, but you might want to start
No,
buying your liquor.
by no means it's not over.
You can still
But
pull it out, so don't lose faith. Even though I'm sitting here, what I say, still like I said, it's over in 5. But no,
well,
really, no parting shots. Just
no parting shots. But I will say
no,
this:
just that we'll probably have to pick up the next show maybe Sunday. Saturday I'll be in Napa all day.
yes, having some wine, lovely.
Oh no. I'm watching two people say I do that
Oh yes,
serve each other. So
yes.
it's, it's, it's gonna be nice. They're two amazing people. They have entered this. They're part of the fam. So they have entered this house. So you know what that means. They came over here. They're they're okay. So yeah, no. So well, I guess we'll kind of pick it up Sunday. I don't have nothing to do. There should be a game played on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. That should
Yeah, it
be
would be a game 4 of Miami and Boston. It will be in prime time on TNT. So yes, there will be a Sunday game.
we go.
Um, First off, I just want to Send my condolences to the family of a huge legend, um, who inspired so many because of his charisma and personality. Um, just a couple of days ago, the world of sports entertainment lost an absolute pioneer in the legendary superstar Billy Graham.
Oh yeah, yeah.
At the age of 79, superstar had battled tremendous health issues since he retired from the ring in 1987 as he was trying to do a comeback. Of course, for many people that know superstar Billy Graham, he was the man that eventually ended the dominant reign of Bruno Sammartino by winning the WWF World Heavyweight title back in the 70s.
Tino.
Before he gave the reins to Bob Backlund. Of
Oh,
course,
not Bob.
of course, he
Bob
was a
Iger.
of course he was a three-time world champion in different promotions. Was a close friend of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Of course, his interview style was one of Muhammad Ali, and of course he had one of the best physiques. And of course, the two guys that come to mind when you think about superstar Billy Graham and the physiques and the charisma, of course, one is Jesse the Vita Ventura, and of course, Terry Gene Bollea himself, better known to everybody else as Hulk Hogan. Um, but True West Coast guy, born and raised in Phoenix, Arizona,
Oh,
and went back to Arizona when he retired. Um, I know over the years he's had issues with the McMahon family, but they did do the right thing by putting Superstar in the Hall of Fame. Um,
nice.
so just and the funny thing is, um, he wanted to help and be in NXT after Dusty had passed away, but it didn't happen.
Mm,
He was also instrumental, along with Triple H, in helping reconciliation between Vince and Bruno, to where Bruno got in the Hall of Fame before Bruno passed away.
oh,
So
okay.
there, there's a lot in that. But just want to pay my respects
Yeah,
to a legend in the industry because, like I said, superstar Billy Graham was a huge influencer on the eventual guys that came in the '80s, of course, in the world of professional wrestling. But now, Superstar has entered himself into that big Royal Rumble in the sky with Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain at the
yes,
broadcast table. So, yeah,
yes,
I ran out of drink, but one last toast to the superstar, Mr. Billy Graham.
indeed, indeed.
But with that said, we thank you for watching this rapid fire edition of the Mizzle and Dub Show as we talked about games two of the Western Conference Final and went over game one of the Eastern Conference Finals, and we previewed game three of the West, and of course tonight game two of the East. Can Miami make it two straight before heading to the friendly confines of South Beach, or will
Say
the
yes,
Celtics? He says yes. I tend to agree, but again, can Jason Tatum be the more efficient scorer and not the heavy volume scorer here? That will remain to be seen. We will find out at 5:30 when they tip it off on the parquet floor in Boston, Massachusetts. And again, our thank you to our subscribers on our YouTube page, and of course, also our followers on the Instagram page of the Mizzle Dub Show. So for Mizzle, I am Dub. Thank you for watching. And as always, it's 12 o'clock. Some damn where.
indeed, indeed.